So let's continue with the Lord's curse of this vile serpent. And you shall eat the dust all the days of your life. The defeat is decided right here. Just as the slain warrior's future is to lay in the dust that he walked on, so is the serpent. You will be just like him. You will eat the dust, and it will sustain you. In this case, I would suggest, and I don't know this for certain, but I would assume that even the earthworm is included in the overall picture of this. The earthworm really does eat the dust and the earth and everything that returns to it. Just as man dissolves back into the earthworm finds its food. The serpent destroyed man in the garden, and he would continue to destroy fallen man outside of the garden as he went back into the dust of the earth. But what may appear as a victory in this sense is really a condemnation of the devil's deeds. The only food that he will have is that of death and corruption of his fallen creatures, and not of the wellspring of life. This curse right here is by far worse than the death that is mandated for other animals, because it is eternal in nature, as we're going to see when we get to Revelation maybe 50 years from now. But the theme of the Bible's curse on the serpent carries all the way through the Bible and through every dispensation. In the millennial reign of Christ, which is after the tribulation period, in other words, here we are, we're in what's called the dispensation of grace, and at a time, maybe soon, it may be a long time from now, I personally think it's going to be rather soon, we are going to have what's called the tribulation period, where the world is going to come under judgment. And after that, when Christ returns, there will be a 1,000-year reign of Christ, where everything is going to be restored to idyllic conditions. And during that beautiful time, this 1,000-year reign of Christ, Isaiah makes this prophecy. It says, "The wolf and the lamb shall feed together. The lion shall eat straw like the ox. The dust shall be the serpent's food. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, says the Lord." When the creation is restored to idyllic conditions for the other animals, the lamb feeding with the wolf and the lion eating straw, the serpent is still going to be licking the dust. His curse doesn't end. And as I said, though, there is a spiritual pronouncement as well. The curse is laid on the devil, or Satan, who filled the serpent. Satan was an angelic being, and we read in the first chapter of the book of Job that he could freely enter the Lord's presence anytime he wanted. But in Luke chapter 17, we read this account from Jesus' own mouth. "And he said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Behold, I give you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing by any means will hurt you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rather rejoice that your names are written in heaven." So Satan has fallen. Jesus saw it himself when he destroyed the power of Satan. The curse upon the devil means then that he would never again enjoy the riches of heaven or his angelic position.